why they date if they aren't,
Why men
they
date
just want to play around. Yeah.
if they're not ready? Yeah, Daniela, what's your thoughts about that?
Um, yeah, I think it goes back to majority of young guys date not because they're ready, but just based on biology.
You want sex? Yeah.
Yeah, and based on the modern day culture, there's more access to relationships and sex. So when we talk about traditional relationship and the traditional man and woman, there wasn't such thing. You had to go through a lengthy process, whereas which was called courtship, um, which majority of not just European but Polynesian follow a similar system to gain access to relationships. So when you fight for equal right as a feminist and you get liberated in the sense of now women have the same sort of access to opportunity as men, and you develop the sex culture or the casual sex culture, more men will commit to relationship in the sense that they are only looking for sex. So um man, I lost my train of thought.
I can continue.
Yeah, but that's it is that's the day modern day that we live in, is that now that casual sex is a thing, more men are trying to access relationship purely for that.
You know what? I mean, I think Daniela made a great point. Because back in our parents and grandparents' time, right? In order, there was a different culture back then when it came to sex, where then women only had sex until they got married, right? So back then, as a man, you had to earn a woman's access to sex. So he had to make sure that he meet the dad, meet the father, meet the father, meet the family. He had to show he was capable and make sure he had some kind of stability. So he had to earn his access to sex, and then only the men that were willing to do that were going to step up, and the men were irresponsible, just wanted to have sex without irresponsibility. They weren't going to do that. So that way, the selection was a lot better and more quality. But now, because of modern day 2021, there's no because casual sex is so normalized, when guys don't have to commit no more. The guys don't have to go up to the father and pay respect to the father and meet the family no more. They could just meet you, have sex with you, and never know your family, right? So it's like now you're giving up sex, especially the thing that's most valuable in you, and now it's not allowing you as a woman to be more so selective, and that's why a lot of times a lot of women today like to have sex with irresponsible guys. But that's why it's important for that's why I brought up like you have to know the traits, to know that there's certain things that to look for in men. Charlene, what's your response to everything that was said, Charlene?
Well, what I've seen with people my age or
Yeah.
even younger, because like it was just recent that like 2 years ago that I just graduated high school. So
Congrats.
what I see is um, I've seen a lot this lately around my area. Girls, men, guys, however you want to call them, they start dating someone. She's super nice and she's always helping him out, trying to help him succeed on his goals, on trying to go to college, trying to graduate college, this and that. And yet he just kind of messes with her emotion and goes around and starts cheating on her. And so that's kind of why I asked, but I know you all have had more experience than I have, but that's what I've seen a lot lately around this area. People just want to play, and they are not really wanting to commit to each other, especially the guys around here.
Yeah. In Kansas. Damn,
Yeah.
Kansas. Damn.
Yeah, and that's why it's so
Son,
important
where'd you find this?
that's why it's super important for women to vet their men, right?
Yeah, vet. Yeah.
So that the person that you end up being in a relationship with is not just someone that everything goes their way. It's you either help them or he leaves. You get through the vetting stage, and I speak on this very often on the podcast that I'm part of. You should date before you get into a relationship.
I'm going to say that.
That's a very important thing that you should do. Date before you get into a
I think more than
relationship.
twice as I'm in Kansas.
Because you get to learn compromises, the true quality of the other person to a certain extent. And you decide from there whether you want to be in a relationship. And I bring up my own relationship. My partner and I dated for almost a year before we even commit. And I made the choice to commit based on the qualities that I saw in her throughout those time. So this whole thing that once or twice sort of seeing each other, you're now in a committed relationship. That's you're setting yourself up for failure. People will get lucky in the sense that it'll work out.